Hello everyone, welcome back to SBR Pythons. I hope you're keeping well. Today we've got a kind of an unboxing. It's not really by definition an unboxing, but revealing sort of 4 new females that have joined SBR Pythons in the last sort of, to be honest, 6 months. It's been a while I've had these 2. I've been waiting for another 2 to come in order to do this video, just do it as one kind of extended video. So thought I'd just bring these to the table, show you guys what I've picked up, explain why I've picked each of the animals up, and as I say, just go through sort of what the genes are, what the gene I'm looking to get into, and then what the plans are going to be for these females. So a little bit of light, dark side here for you. Obviously, light side, dark side. But yeah, let's have a look at all of these on an individual basis and see what we've picked up. So the first animal that we've picked up is this female This female GHI pied. Now, the reason I picked this girl up is purely because it was a trade, to be honest. So the 2 females that I showed you at the start, so the Candy that I'll show you in a moment, and then this GHI pied, were as part of a trade deal with New Gene Bulls. So Lee wanted a Orange Dream Special pied Het Clown. Well, he wanted it if it proved out Het for Clown. It was Pos Het Clown, and then if you remember on the last clutch of the year, we actually hit 2 visual clowns, one of which being this female here. Which proved him out to be Het for Clown. So I then did a trade with Lee. I really wanted the Candy, believe it or not, and I know that I've never said I'd do, or I've always said I wouldn't do albino. We'll come to that story in a minute. But just to sort of make the value add up, I threw this girl in as well. So this is a super nice example of a GHI pied. Let me quickly, while she's kind of settled, just bring out the reason that I've picked her up. So you guys may be familiar that I also have, and she's not going to fit in the frame, this GHI Mojave, why have I said it like that? GHI Mojave Pos Het pied female. So I picked up the GHI Mojave, I can't remember when I picked her up, to be honest. Oh, I did. I picked her up from New Gene Bulls at the second SWC show about a year and a half ago. I remember now. So yeah, full circle. But I picked this girl up because I wanted to get GHI into a few projects. But basically, as I say, I was getting the value up of the sort of trade, and I thought this girl's a Pos Het pied. If she doesn't prove out, I'd still like to have GHI into the pied project, as ultimately I'll be looking to work it into, namely Desert Ghost, because I think this is a Desert Ghost pied will be incredible. So that's why I picked this girl up, but you can see a really nice low example of a pied. Really, really love the way that the kind of different colours come through in GHI pied. You've got that goldeny brown, you've got the really dark saddles, you've got the really kind of darkness of the actual animal, the GHI coming through. So yeah, really, really nice GHI pied. And as I say, the goal here will be to make this in a Desert Ghost form. Now, it's a long-term project because I don't have anything GHI Het Desert Ghost, but that is the plan. The GHI Mojave Het pied, I have got her to go to the Pastel Desert Ghost pied if she gets up to size this year. So we'll see how that goes. But ultimately, that is the plan here, is to get this into DG pied, and then obviously see if we can work it into Clown and also Ultramel as well. So on to the complete other end of the spectrum with the light-sided stuff. This here is a Mojave Yellow Belly Candy Pos Het pied. And as I say, this also came from Lee and Scott. So they really didn't want to get rid of this animal. This is what they were shooting for in the clutch. So it took a little bit of bargaining to get this animal off their hands. But why have I picked this girl up? Well, again, I don't know if you guys will be familiar, but I have a Orange Dream Cinnamon Enchi. Have I got that right? Let me just go and check the tag 1 second. A Orange Dream Cinnamon Fire Bongo that is double Het for Candy pied. So ultimately, I don't really want to work with albino. I don't think there's too much to be done with it, but I know that I would like to make at least one albino pied. And if I'm going to do it, I might as well do it with the male that I've already got Het for Candy pied. So just to kind of have, because the ultimate goal, as you guys know, is to make the Oreo pied, the black and white snake again. It'd be nice to have one albino pied in the collection, and those 2 would probably be just kind of sitting in the racks, just the light and dark side of my collection that I'd like to produce. So that's what this girl is for. If she proves out Het for pied, obviously, who knows, but you can see there Yellow Belly, and then as I say, Mojave in the mix as well. So I am in the albino pied project, but only to hit one animal, unless it's, you know, blows me away when I do actually hatch stuff out. And to be fair, Aussie has hatched some amazing candy pied stuff, so we'll see. But yeah, that's kind of the goal with her. And I'd like to get Bongo in the mix as well, because you guys know that Bongo is another one of those genes that isn't massively used that I'd like to start getting into. So yeah, hopefully the goal here is a combo Bongo Candy pied. And then, so the next two animals are both from Darren Stair's Boss Royals down in Portsmouth. Check them out if you haven't. I should have said check Lee and Scott out. Obviously, you guys probably know who they are. But yeah, Darren produces some absolutely incredible animals. And over Christmas, he had a sale on, which was pretty good offers. So I picked up two from him. Originally, just this girl and then the next girl as well, because you'll see a common trend here. It's about getting as many genes into kind of the pieds as I possibly can and some different unique ones that I don't currently have. So this girl, and this is a bit of a learning curve for me, is a Wookie yellow belly het pied female. So obviously you can see the yellow belly coming through there. I'm not a complete expert currently at what the Wookie does in single form. The pure reason I've done this is because I think Wookie clowns are amazing. So therefore, I want to get into the Wookie clown pied project. So that's the immediate kind of future for this girl. Obviously, she is only a sort of sub, probably 300-400 grams. So a long way to go before I'm breeding her. But yeah, Wookie is something that I'd like to get into. And to be honest, the price that I got from Darren was ridiculous. I couldn't really turn it down. So really excited to get into this. Need to do a bit of learning, a little bit of education on the Wookie stuff. I'm more than happy to kind of admit that. But the fastest way to learn with genes is usually to start producing them. So I can do as much research as possible, and I obviously will, but ultimately let's start producing some combos. Long term, again, let's get it into kind of Desert Ghost, into Ultramale, get it into whatever we can. The only problem with her being female is obviously I can only do one thing at a time. But maybe down the line, I don't know, I'll produce something Wookie male and I can speed that up a little bit. We'll see. But yeah, a really, really nice dark yellow belly. And as I say, the real crucial piece with this girl is that Wookie part. Wookie yellow belly, het pied. So the next two animals that we've got are, in theory, not actually genetically, proven as such. So the next two are from Paul Milner at Urban Constrictors. The pairing was a highway pied, so a yellow belly gravel pied, to a pastel gravel double het clown pied. I believe I've got that correct, but you can obviously imagine therefore that you've got gravel on both sides of the parents, both sides of the parents, but you got yellow belly from the highway. So these are both, in theory, highway or super gravel pieds. Now, I will demonstrate to you why I've kind of come up with the ideas that I've come up with, but obviously it will be needing to be genetically proven through breeding, or shed tested, of course, but I shall just breed these out. But what we've got here is the first girl, which I have down as a fire highway pied. Now, the reason I've got her down as a highway pied is that eye stripe for me says highway, and also because of how high white she is. So if I just grab out the second female, you guys will see immediately that this girl has a lot more pattern. Now, when I say this one, I believe, is a super gravel pied, is A, because it's got the higher pattern, B, it's got a slightly different head stamp / head colour to it, and for me, this pixelation that you can see coming through here is super gravel. I mean, if you just go on Wolf Market quickly and have a look at highway pieds, to me that doesn't look like a highway pied. So that's why I believe this one is going to be a super gravel pied and the other high white one will be a highway. I also believe, although it was both sold to me as normals, I believe that the left one is going to prove out to be a fire too. If we just try and look at these head stamps, 1 second, let me get her back into the shot. If we just look at those head stamps, for me the left one is more vibrant. So for me, I believe the left one will be a fire highway pied, and then I believe this one will be a super gravel pied. And the interesting part with both of these is that they're also both posset clowns. So hopefully this can get me into the Highway Clown Pied project. And finally, the last female, again, another project I said I wasn't necessarily going to get into, is actually a hypo. Now, that's not why I picked this girl up. It's a bonus, to be honest. So I picked this girl up because she is a Blackhead. So this is a Blackhead Mojave hypo possible het pied. Now, I'm fairly confident this will prove out. If you look at her body, she's got an extended dorsal stripe the whole way down. She's kind of got the fading. So I believe this girl will prove out to be het for pied. In fact, if I remember, I'll get a photo of a standard Blackhead Mojave on screen so you guys can see why I think this girl will prove out. But it's a really nice animal. And as I say, the hypo for me here is an absolute bonus. I'm looking to get into Blackhead as much as I can. I think it's absolutely incredible. To be honest, the hypo is a real bonus because some of the hypo Blackhead stuff that was done in Europe in the last couple of years has absolutely been fantastic. So this girl gets the hypo in. As I say, I won't be going for hypo pieds for at least a couple of years because I'm not planning to get a hypo male to go to her. I'll be putting things like the clown pied, the desert ghost pied, maybe ultramale pied. I'm not too worried about doing ultramale hypo pied though, to be honest. I think, if that's what you want to do, go for it. But I did see some of them in person, and including Krypton and that kind of stuff when I went over to Dean's place in Holland. Don't think that I want to particularly go down the hypo ultramale route, but this is a really nice female, and as I say, when I'm going for sort of Blackhead, double het clown pieds, and double het for Desert Ghost pieds, they'll all have hypo in the mix as well. So actually with triple het. So some really exciting stuff coming down the line. This girl looks like she wants to have me. But yeah, I think that's probably the cream of the crop in terms of pickups visually. But for me, I'm most excited about the Wookie. So yeah, just to recap what I've picked up in terms of new genes. So looking to get into Candy, and then crucially Wookie and also Blackhead. And then just cementing kind of that GHI in the Pied project here, in case the GHI Mojave doesn't prove out het for Pied. So that's kind of the 4 pickups, guys. Let me know what you think of all of these 4 girls. Yeah, I'm excited to see these grow. This one especially, Darren, I've seen an adult at his place. It doesn't seem to lose kind of that pattern. It doesn't seem to lose the colour because of the hypo. So who knows, maybe this will convert me to do a lot of hypo stuff. But quite frankly, the reason I'm not is just space, being brutally honest. But he says getting potentially more triples. But anyway, that is the 4 females. As I say, let me know you guys' thoughts in the comments, what I should be doing with these genes, if you're excited to see what I do with these in Pied. And yeah, love to hear your feedback. But other than that, coming into the new breeding season, guys, I'll get this posted as soon as possible. So by the time you guys see this, I'll probably be starting to get my first sort of few clutches of the year. So I've got 2 clutches of Desert Ghost Pied stuff to come. I've got starting another triple ultramale clown Pied stuff. And then also getting some bongo, hopefully, into Pied, because the OD Cinnamon Fire bongo double het candy pied that I mentioned earlier has now ovulated to the Ivory Pied. And then there's a bunch more girls that are looking like they're going to start to go. So hopefully it'll be another good season. As mentioned in my previous video about the market, I think it is slowly coming back. And ultimately, I think there's an argument to say a lot of people have slowed down their pairing. So you're potentially going to be in a position to offer animals to the market that maybe other people would have shot for if it hadn't been a slow, quote-unquote, slow market. So we'll see. But yeah, excited to see what comes this season. But that's to come. This is the now. As I say, let me know you guys' thoughts in the comments, and I'll get some photos up of these girls on my Instagram as soon as possible. But yeah, hope you guys have a great season, and I'll see you on the next video.